It's really big and it's really extravagant and it's really epic.
Hi, I'm Tjark from tvmovie.de, Germany, and thank you for having me. First of all, congratulations to a great movie. Yeah, and my first question is for you, Chiwetel. The movie has a big action-filled climax, but you don't get the chance to make a big entrance as a symbiote. Are you sad about it?
Well, I can't give too much away about the ending of the film, and I thought it was fantastic, that whole last act of the film, and just the kind of action-packed nature of that, and it was incredibly fun to play. And I think one of the things was that all of the stakes are so high because it's not just about the good guys and the bad guys. There's just so many. By that point in the story, there's just so many layers to all of these characters' journeys, and so many kind of complications and so many connections between them all that you're following as an audience. You're following all of the kind of personal storylines as well as the larger storylines of what's happening and how epic it is. And it really represented, I think, the whole story, that it's both intimate and personal. And that's been Kelly's journey with Tom and the creation of Venom in this way. And, coming up to this sort of last part of the story of Venom and Brock. But also at the same time, it's really big and it's really extravagant and it's really epic. And it's got all of this, so it was great. It was fun to play all of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eddie and Venom have a very close relationship, of course. Would you be interested in your private life to have a symbiote inside of you, or do you think it would be a little distracting to have this little voice in your head?
I would absolutely love it. No questions.
Yeah.
What about you?
Asked and answered.
Yeah. I know I would.
I think having those kind of close bonds, I don't know if I would necessarily need the symbiote to be, a completely internal kind of idea, but, a close friend that could help you out of any, tricky situation would be.
And morphing into any animal and saving you, whether you're flying from the clouds or whether you're leaping over a river. Yeah. I mean, what a win. Sorry.
That would be beneficial when I leap over rivers.
Great. Now, of course, this movie is a US production, but I think it's a very British US production. A lot of British actors in the movie. I wonder, is it harder to switch on the American accent when there are a lot of British people around you?
I find that I actually live in the US, so I find that an American, and I say standard American, is quite easy to flip into. But also, I think the thing about being English, especially doing scenes together, is that you can also realize when you're going, my accent was a bit off in that one. You're like, I didn't hear it, or maybe I did hear it, and it's like you can kind of call each other out on it too. But also, there were always Americans on the set that would, I hope, call us out if our accents ever sounded wobbly.
Yeah, it definitely felt like it was a co-production in that way. There was this a lot of there was this in terms of cast and crew as well. That although we shot in the UK, it was a lot of American crew in terms of obviously producers, but also assistant directors and just various members of the team. And so it always felt like it had that energy, that it was both British and American in the storytelling.
One last question. Halloween is approaching, so I wondered, do you have a favorite horror movie?
The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Sorry, that was quick.
Favorite horror movie?
Yeah.
I'd say Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first Nightmare on Elm Street, which I was far too young to watch when I did watch, and it probably changed me.
That's what every good horror movie should do. Okay, that's my time, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Im Leben jedes Menschen kommt die Zeit, in der er ein Opfer bringen muss.
Eddie, ich bin bei dir bis zum Ende.